watching the Kansas City Chiefs Report, powered by Chat Sports. I am your fearless leader, Tyler Jones, here with you. Thanks for joining us. The Kansas City Chiefs got some great news from the National Football League as we await the official 2025 schedule release. And of what we know so far, things are looking very good for the Kansas City Chiefs this year. We'll tell you what we know and also look at the opponents and catch you up to speed with everything you need to know coming up in just a matter of moments. Before we do, folks, I got a challenge for the Chiefs Kingdom. We are closing in on 72,000 subscribers here at the Kansas City Chiefs Report. We are just a little over 150 away from reaching that next milestone. We're bringing you our daily news and rumors. We got live shows each and every Tuesday, breaking news, Q&A mailbags. We're covering every single move your Kansas City Chiefs make throughout the offseason, as there is no offseason here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Subscribe now for free. Stay up to date with everything happening on your favorite team. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV. Subscribe now for free. You'll be glad you did. We'll get started with today's show. The primetime Chiefs are back, folks. We know the times and the opponents for two different Chiefs games in 2025. Now, we've already known the opponents for a while of who the Chiefs have been facing, but now we've been patiently awaiting to see how that schedule will ultimately stack up for Kansas City this upcoming season. Here's what we know so far. The Chiefs will open up the season on the Friday of opening weekend. You'll have the opening game on Thursday night and then the Friday night exclusive on YouTube between the Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. That game will be played in Brazil at 7:15 Central Time on September 5th. We also know the Chiefs will host the Denver Broncos in a AFC West divisional contest on Christmas. That game will be the final of the three Christmas games that will be played, and that can be seen at 7:15 Central Time on Amazon Prime Video. The Kansas City Chiefs in 2024, they were the most watched team of any organization in the National Football League. All eyeballs were on the Kansas City Chiefs, far more than even teams like the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles, and among others here. They have become must-see TV, not just for the Chiefs Kingdom, but across the National Football League. And to put it in the simplest of terms, as the kids would say, this team is box office. People love to watch them, and then you got a crowd of folks that hate watch the Chiefs as well, and that's okay as well. I'd rather be hated than be ignored. And I think that's kind of the mantra the Chiefs have taken on with how they're viewed in league circles. And the Chiefs are getting rewarded for it. When we see the full schedule get released tomorrow, you're going to see that this team is going to play in the maximum allotted primetime windows that they can be rewarded with. They'll have plenty of games that'll be in the late afternoon time slots as well that most of the country will see on Fox and CBS. So not only have they played well and turned this thing into a dynasty, they are must-see TV for everybody out there. Now, of these two matchups that we know, here's a couple of interesting notes. The game against the LA Chargers that they'll play in Brazil, they are not losing a home game for that matchup against LA. That is the Chargers' home game. So although it's a neutral site matchup, the Chargers will be the home team. So that's very good news for the Kansas City Chiefs that they're not going to play one less game at Arrowhead Stadium. They're not going to lose out on that ticket revenue. It is not going to be a situation where Chiefs fans aren't going to be able to attend another home game because they're playing that game in Brazil. So that's a very good thing. Meanwhile, the Christmas tradition that the Chiefs have made it known that they would like to have, they have told the NFL that they would like to own Christmas and play on Christmas every year. We heard reports a few weeks ago that the NFL denied the Chiefs' request to have an annual game on Christmas. But contrary to that, at least right now, the Christmas tradition is going to roll on. It will be a Merry Chiefsmas for all, and hopefully all a good night with the Chiefs win over the Denver Broncos, and that will be a home game. And I like that in the evening window because let's say that you got plans with your family, you want to open up presents in the morning, maybe you want to have a little lunch with the family, you can still do all the Christmas activities on Christmas Day and on Christmas Eve, and then make your way over to Arrowhead for that primetime matchup at Arrowhead Stadium. To me, I think that's a win-win, a perfect storm for the Kansas City Chiefs. Of what we know of the Chiefs' schedule so far, do you like it? Do you like the idea of playing on a Friday night on YouTube in Brazil and a Christmas game in the evening in prime time at home on Amazon Prime Video? Sound off and let us know in our pinned comment today. Why for yes, in for no. Chime in the comment section and tell me what you think. Now, let's be frank about this. As the Chiefs are building this thing, it's not just about the wins along the way. This is about building for their future and establishing a culture and a fan base, not just in the Chiefs' kingdom, but around the world. And to have these showcases of playing on an international stage or a holiday game, this is exactly what the Kansas City Chiefs want for their organization going forward. Clark Hunt, not too long ago, he was talking about how he views the Kansas City Chiefs and what he sees for this organization into the future. And although the Dallas Cowboys have taken on the mantra of being America's team, Clark Hunt isn't looking to supplant the Dallas Cowboys and take their mantle as America's team. His vision is bigger than that. Clark Hunt has made it known he wants the Chiefs to be the world's team. Here's what Clark Hunt had to say recently on playing the international games, as they'll have this one coming up in Brazil. On playing international games, we're willing to do it whenever the opportunity presents itself. We don't have a lot of control over that, except periodically with whatever the rotation of teams scheduled to play overseas of the league is at, where we can be the home team. We make the league aware every year that we would be delighted to play an international game, whether it's a home team or as an away team. We hope at some point we'll get picked back up. And they did. And for Clark, I got to say this. His father was brilliant. Helped start the AFL. Lamar Hunt is a huge part of the reason why the NFL and the Kansas City Chiefs are who they are today. And Clark has done an incredible job of carrying on his father's legacy and taking this Chiefs team in a direction going forward that's bigger than just the product on the football field. To put it simply, Clark Hunt is a visionary, and he's got big plans for growing this Chiefs brand from here. He said this recently as well. Well, our goal is to be the world's team. That starts with being one of the top teams here in the United States. It's a credit to our players, some of the personalities that we have on the team, and certainly the success we've had the last 6 years. Our TV ratings have been very high whenever we play. We also have some very special fans of Taylor Swift, who is dating Travis Kelce, who help drive those numbers as well. The Chiefs, they're thinking big picture here, okay? This is about, all right, what can we do to have staying power, to invest in this thing for a very long time, which is pretty impressive for a team that's still playing in a small market in Kansas City. When you look at the rest of the schedule, we'll go over the opponents. It can't be worse than last year. Last year was, as my guy Big Tex would say, damn brutal. Having to play 3 games in, what was it, a 10 or 11-day stretch. They won all those games, and they did get a lot of time off before clinching that number 1 seed and having the first-round bye and everything. But it wasn't easy for the Chiefs to deal with. I don't know what all the matchups and the game times are going to be just yet, but I would have to think that the Chiefs are going to have an easier road than what they did last year. And even with that said, they still won 14 games and clinched the number 1 seed in the AFC last year. Do you believe the Chiefs are the world's team? Are they the world's team? Big picture here. If you agree with Clark Hunt and you think they are, type B for believe. If not, type D for don't. Chime in the comments section. Tell me what you think. Are they the world's team? Weigh in and let us know. Got a great deal we're offering Chiefs fans right now. Rookie jerseys are on sale at chatsports.com/Chiefs jerseys. Whether it's Josh Simmons or another rookie you like, we got their jerseys for you. And it's real simple. All you got to do is go to chatsports.com/Chiefs jerseys. to get yours today. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. And if you get Josh Simmons or one of these other rookies, you're going to get the jersey with their number on it. And maybe you don't want a rookie. Maybe you want a guy like Mahomes or Kelsey or somebody else. That same link has all the Chiefs jerseys you could ever want. Go to chatsports.com/Chiefs jerseys to get yours today. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Let's go over the opponents and what we know the Chiefs' schedule of what it looks like for 2025. You have the home game against the Denver Broncos on December 25th. You also play the Raiders at home, as well as the LA Chargers and the Baltimore Ravens will also be coming back to Kansas City. Chiefs opened the year against the Baltimore Ravens last year. The Detroit Lions make a return visit to Kansas City, the first time since they spoiled the banner celebration a couple of years ago on opening night. And then they also have home games against the Texans. They played the Texans last year just prior to Christmas. The Indianapolis Colts also coming to Kansas City. We get a Super Bowl rematch with the Philadelphia Eagles. I guarantee that is going to be either a Sunday night or Monday night game when that schedule gets released tomorrow, putting that game on the biggest stage. And last time Philadelphia came to Kansas City, they got the best of the Chiefs as Jason Kelsey got to win the last ever matchup against his brother Travis Kelsey. And they'll also have a home matchup against the Washington Commanders as well, as the Chiefs are playing the NFC East teams this year. On the road, you have that game against the Chargers, although that's a neutral site game technically in Brazil. The Chargers will be the home team. You also get the Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders of your divisional matchups. And then the Buffalo Bills are going to be on the road after going to Buffalo last year. And the Chiefs have not had a ton of success against Buffalo in the regular season in recent memory. You also have a road game against the Dallas Cowboys. I would have to think that's not a bad trip for Chiefs fans to make. A lot of Chiefs fans already within Kansas City or within the state of Texas and Dallas, and not a long trip to KC either. I think that they'll be well represented there. You play the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road, also the New York Giants at MetLife, and then you also get the Tennessee Titans in Nashville. I remember a few years ago, the Chiefs were in a situation they were playing the Minnesota Vikings, and the Vikings kind of took over Arrowhead. Mahomes was injured. Chris Jones wasn't too happy about it. And then a couple weeks later, they played the Tennessee Titans in Nashville, and it all made sense because Chiefs fans sold their Vikings tickets to pay for their trip to Nashville, and that worked out pretty well. This is going to be tough for the Kansas City Chiefs. It'll be easier than last year, but that doesn't mean that it isn't a difficult slate for the Chiefs, which you would expect for a team that's coming off an AFC championship title. They will play 10 total games versus 2024 playoff teams. 8 teams, 10 games, because they'll play the Chargers and the Broncos twice in that mix. I want to know from you guys, what will be the Chiefs' record in 2025? I'll have my official record prediction video coming out later in the week, but want to hear from you guys. Predict the Chiefs' record in 2025. Weigh in, let us know. For continuing Chiefs coverage, subscribe now to the Kansas City Chiefs Report. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.